All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me all loud and clear. We're back. We're back to business. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. We're back in Spain. Back to the desk setup. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, guys? Let's have a look here. It's called So Fried pre-FOMC. We'll have a look. We'll break it down. We'll see what we got in these markets before news. But yeah, you can see right now gold is very, very range bound. But we'll have a look. We'll see what everything's looking like for the day ahead, and see what we get in gold. We'll go over the moves from yesterday as well, because remember we took an initial loss yesterday. But there was a great re-entry on gold. Ended up the day like plus $500. Mic from the laptop is on. That is a great point. That is... no, it should be... let me see. It should be... No, it should be... Where are we? That should be good. That should be loud. I can see it on my side. It looks like it's pretty loud. The mic should be good. Is the mic all good, Bruno? Audio and video, awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focused on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. Welcome back, everyone. Perfect now. Awesome. Cool. Way better. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's have a look here, guys. Let's break down these markets, see what we got for the day ahead, and have a look at the news, because we do have some news coming up today. You can see gold is in a pretty aggressive range right now, guys. We had that great long trade in London yesterday. Remember, you guys who were here yesterday, we called these gold buys for price to come up and liquidate these areas here. For me, I took about 2,500 on the personal, and then I took a $500 trade here on my Topstep account as well, where we took that initial loss and then got right back in, made back the loss and some once price started to reclose back above. In the London session, we kind of just got hit with a pretty steep bottom wick, but the trade wasn't invalid. Like I said, you know, you guys who were here yesterday, remember all we were saying is our job's very simple. The job yesterday was very simple. You know, we took buys from here. It didn't work. Who cares? But what I was saying is, once you start reclosing back above this area, this is where we want to give our trade a second chance. Well, we reclosed back above, hourly started to flip back bullish, and we ended up filling this whole entire range of about 400 ticks, which was a great call. So hopefully you guys who were yesterday managed to get back in the re-entries. It was within the same hour. It was an absolutely beautiful call. So direction here was perfect. Just didn't work out from here. Who cares? Wait, stay patient, follow the plan. You reclose back above, cool. Get right back into the trade. Make back the loss and some. So great moves on gold yesterday in London. Into the New York session, I didn't trade. I didn't really look at it. You didn't really do very much. You kind of chopped a lot. And then you ranged for pretty much the whole entire day. A little bit of a sell-off here in Asia. But you can see gold is creating a very aggressive range. Now, if we have a look at the news, let's have a look at what's actually going on in the world. Let's have a look at the calendar. Today is Tuesday, the 7th of April. In terms of scheduled news, there's nothing on the cards whatsoever today. But tomorrow, Wednesday, the 8th of April, we got some New Zealand dollar news. And then we have FOMC meeting minutes at 7 p.m. London time. So you got some big news tomorrow. You don't really have anything on the cards today. So with the way gold's looking here, guys, we'll have to... Patience is going to have to pay here. This range is very choppy here on gold. Yeah, when's that, George? I feel like that's been going on for ages. I feel like that was last week. And it's just been going on and on. Let me have a look at another site here. The deadline was like last week, and it's been moved. Let's see. Main events for the day. Oh yeah, finally it is. Yeah, nice. So in the American session we have US durable good orders. Almost never a market mover. But the focus is on Trump's final deadline, – yeah, which expires at midnight GMT tonight. before, quote unquote, all hell will rain down on Iran if they do not open the Strait of Hormuz. So yeah, markets are very, 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 very likely going to be waiting on that. So that kind of gives us the whole day to see what these markets are going to do. And like I said, that's not until expires at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we have a lot of time. So we'll see. We'll see. Thoughts on oil shorts and NQ longs. We'll have a look. Gold's looking very, very choppy, guys. So we'll give gold till London open. If you look at gold's daily close yesterday, it literally opened and closed in the exact same place. So even though yesterday closed very doji, well, we were still able to take the nice move out of the day. And London was the nicest move of the day of yesterday. You had that great hourly wick rejection, price starting to get back above. So London was the nicest move in gold yesterday, which you don't see very often. Silver also came up and grabbed the highs. Now, if you guys were here yesterday, remember we spoke about longs on NQ. We spoke about longs on NQ for, just clean this up a little bit, for price to come up and liquidate these highs here. Well, again, same as gold, is exactly what we did. Into 9 a.m. London time, you end up having that great squeeze up into the highs where we're basically saying anyone shorting NQ are very likely risking off these highs. So what's your job with NQ? You're trying to buy up into these liquidity levels. So NQ also got hit perfectly. So levels hit yesterday on gold perfectly. Levels hit on NQ yesterday perfectly. Levels hit on silver perfectly. And levels hit on ES perfectly as well. So everything we looked at yesterday got absolutely hit beautifully. Now, in terms of what could we see for NQ today, same thing as gold. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this daily closure. Let's get rid of all these. Levels here. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, and let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this daily time frame here on NQ. So what did we do yesterday? Yesterday we ended up coming down, hitting some nice lows, closing bullish. And then you have today coming right back below. So what do we have here? We've got 24,000 sat right here. We also have, where's 25? I'm trying to put our levels on here for the day, and then in between, what do we have? 24,500, which would be strong resistance. Which if you look to the left, 24,500, you can see resistance, support. To the left, big resistance. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see if you can see NQ come up and maybe tap into yesterday's high, and above yesterday's high, you have that nice previous level, which is that big resistance at 24,500. How are we looking so far today? Remember, guys, if there's big news later on, a lot of these markets could range. It's not to say we can't trade, but it's just to say you want to be more careful. What have we done here? So hit some highs, nice sell-off in Asia, trying to creep back higher, holding below VWAP. So as long as you hold below VWAP, which is just nice support to the left, I wouldn't want to be a buyer just yet. But if you can get back above, there is some nice upside targets. Why did you take that grey support and resistance every chart? I'm just doing new levels here today. I do a new analysis every day. As long as the liquidity levels get hit, I'm not really too interested in support and resistance up here. I'm more interested in what's here. I don't like having lines all over my charts. I want to see what's important right now. Like, I don't care. Like, if I have support like drawn down here, it's like I don't care about what's down here. That's just distracting me. I want to see what's going on right here. I want to see what's right in front of me. So if I have loads of levels all over the place, because NQ's in a bit of a range like this, you can have loads of levels here, and then you got, more levels here. It's like you're just going to have levels all over the place, and you're just going to confuse yourself. So for me, I like to keep it simple. Nice level here if I want to get long on NQ. See if you can get that breakout. Keep it clean. So yeah, I do like these NQ longs. But remember, if you buy NQ, you are trading against this pretty decent sell-off in Asia. Like, that's a very decent sell-off to want to trade against. I think you'll probably range a little bit more before you can get that breakout. Gold trying to wake up here, but let's keep an eye on gold as well. Hi, Aaron. Hello. After we swept the top side liquidity of pre-New York yesterday, our trading direction should shift to short. No, not necessarily. No. My direction didn't shift to short personally. I wasn't looking for any downside on gold personally. You know, just because you've tagged these levels, it doesn't mean you instantly just reverse the other side. Because sometimes you can hit these levels, pull back, and just keep pushing higher. It depends what your higher time frame bias is. But for me, no, I don't always think, you know, as soon as you grab these highs, you're going to sell off. It's not exactly how these liquidity levels work. But if you have reasons to get short, maybe your daily bias is short, or you have some levels to the downside, yeah, you can look for shorts once these highs have been grabbed if you break out. But for me personally, no, I wasn't looking for shorts the second these highs got grabbed. But to be honest, that, you know, once these highs got grabbed, that was kind of my day done. That was my direction here. The reason I wasn't looking for shorts is because last week closed very bearish. Very bearish, very bullish. Last week closed very bearish. Last week closed very bullish, and that's the reason I wasn't looking for shorts yesterday. I'm looking for longs on gold to come and tap up into last week's high. That to me is what of interest. So for me personally, no, I wasn't looking for shorts once these highs had been grabbed. It ended up having a nice pullback, but you can see how choppy it was. You know, if you try short above this high, like you're selling right into support. Look how choppy it gets. You break it, doji, kind of creeps down, but it ranges for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So no, personally, I wasn't looking for the short. On a range day, yeah, it was very likely range today. Yeah, very likely. Thoughts on oil shorts? Again, oil is going to be massively dependent on what happens today with Trump, but we can have a look for sure. Gold for the day, guys. Honestly, I have no real directional thought process for gold right now. I don't know where gold's going to go. I don't think gold knows where it wants to go. But one breakout could change anything. The one thing that is nice is you didn't really grab any lows here before this kind of squeeze up. So I am wondering if you will squeeze these lows before then maybe getting that squeeze up higher. But in this range, you know, what I think and what's going to happen, it really doesn't matter. You can see how choppy we are in here. It's just aggressive, like range. You tag lows, close bullish, straight back down, straight back up, straight back down, straight back up. Like, it's very hard to read this price action. You know, that tag of the lows and huge bullish closure would have got a lot of people trapped in longs. You then tag highs and come straight back down. Morning star, you go long and straight back down. So it's pretty difficult to read these highs right now. Pretty difficult to read this price action. Anything I do like on gold right now is you do have a bit of a range. You do have a range, and you haven't really grabbed either side. And what do we know gold loves to do in these ranges? It loves to come up and tag the lows before hitting highs, or tags the highs and then hits the lows. So what we can kind of say is, you know, if we let price get up here and then maybe we do something like this, then, you know, maybe we can short down into the lows. Or what would have been nice pre-London is if you wick these lows, got back above, and then absolutely you could be buying all day long into that double top. But because you haven't grabbed the highs, you also haven't grabbed the lows, and you're right in the middle, it's pretty 50-50 to me right now on gold. Gold's going to need some time and patience today, guys, but we have all day to trade. We got loads of time. I'll be on fast markets today as well, guys. We'll be on fast markets today as well. We'll see. Let's see how this London Open opens here on gold. We had that great London push yesterday. We'll see what Goldie gives us here today. We'll have a look at silver. And yes, we can have a look at oil as well. Let's have a look. Like I say, oil is going to be a difficult market to trade before that news. Shorts on oil, though. I mean, do we want to predict, or do we want to react? Do we want to predict what might happen with the news, or do we want to react to the fact the markets have been non-stop pushing up since the 27th of February? So the 27th of February to where we are right now, oil is up 80%. Do we want to sell oil? No. Personally, I have zero desire to short oil. Not to say you can't pull back from that news, but again, like I say, it's not my job to try and predict what might happen. I want to trade what's right in front of me. What's right in front of me is we're just breaking higher and higher and higher. You can see you had that huge breakout Massive, massive breakout last Thursday. Kind of closed a little bit doji yesterday. You know, you do have big resistance to the left. But again, personally, I wouldn't want to short this. I wouldn't want to short this market. I would be, if oil does sell off, I'd be very happy to miss that trade. I wouldn't want to be a seller. I think if you tried to short oil more times than not, you know, the past month, you would have missed out on these huge continuation trades, which is the real big move here. So personally, no, I would have zero desire to short oil personally. Again, that's not to say oil can't sell off. It would more so just to say that's simply not my trade. And I'd be more than happy to miss that. If oil sells off, cool. Miss it, short it tomorrow. Who cares? Short it tomorrow and the daily candle tells you it's time to short. But right now, no, I personally wouldn't be, I wouldn't be looking to short. Hey Aaron, hello, hello. Do you think it's important to set the daily bias before even considering a trade? Yes, it is extremely, extremely important. Knowing your daily bias is very, very, very important. It's the reason that we were buying gold yesterday. We were buying gold yesterday because the previous day came down, tagged lows and held support. So my daily bias coming into charts on the 6th of April is longs. Even though it didn't end up breaking higher, it doesn't matter. I still got the long part of the move, which is the easier trade than trying to fight in here against the daily bias. Now, the only thing with gold right now is there is no daily bias today because you can see how indecisive yesterday closed. It closed extremely, extremely doji. Nice. Buy fuel once a week for my car. Dollar cost averaging. Nice. Nice. But yeah, you know, gold either we may, if we need to grab liquidity before maybe coming for weekly highs, you could come down and tag yesterday's low. It could be of interest. With that double bottom sitting down there as well. I would be watching yesterday's low. But again, if we were going to get short here on gold, we're trading against the fact the weekly close is very bullish. And it's also just in a bit of a range. So when I have liquidities on both sides, liquidity levels here on both sides of the markets, it kind of gets pretty tough for me to know which way we're going to get tagged first. But then we always have to remember, you know, it doesn't matter which level we think is going to get grabbed first. What matters is simply reacting to whichever way the markets break out. Why's the background music paused? There we go. There we go. Like yesterday, you don't go. We had these perfect highs on a Monday morning. You've came down, you've grabbed a lot of lows, you've broken bullish. So, you know, nice bullish bias yesterday. Clear liquidity targets. Decent breakout. But right now, we're kind of in the middle of no man's land on gold. No man's land right now. Aaron, could someone say that the high and low could be a temporary value area high and value area low? Could someone say? I guess I don't know what that. Not too sure what you mean. Sorry, man. Could someone could say anything? I guess I'm not really too sure what you mean. I don't trade value area highs and lows, so maybe I don't know. I don't know. You could say someone could say anything in trading, but if it's something that you're looking at that you know works, fantastic. You know, don't not take a trade just because I think gold's in a bit of range. If you have reason to see gold come up, or you have reason to see gold come to some nice lows down here, you know, see if you can get that trade. But yeah, I guess someone could say anything. Someone could say anything. It's not about, you know, being right or wrong or saying what someone else necessarily says. It's about what you see. If you see something, you know, you take that trade. Absolutely. Where we were trying to short in Asia off the breakout. Which short in Asia? Around here, this one? This move down? Or this one maybe? This move down? You guys take any trades in Asia today? Here? Silver analysis. Yep, we can look at silver, absolutely. We can have a look at silver for sure. On the hourly low risk, I'm not too sure where you mean. Maybe here, this short in this hour? Short in this hour down. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at silver. Took a fake out buy on silver. Nice. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So again, silver yesterday, remember we said silver was in a range. Silver ended up being... We definitely picked a nicer market trading gold yesterday. Look at silver, came down. There was actually some nice buys here. Look at this. There's some nice buys into London. Came down, tagged previous hour lows, wicked all the way right back above. So buying here at 9 AM yesterday, I think we had our highs here. That was actually a nice trade. I don't know if anyone took that. That was a nice trade in London yesterday. You had that huge... Yeah, kind of what gold's doing right now. Gold's kind of right in the middle, but here you came down, tag lows, held all the way back above. So buying here, great trade. Now, with where silver is, it's very similar to gold. Look at this range here, guys. This is this range where, you know, like I always say, you know, we all make money here. We all make money shorting here. And then this is just where everyone gives it all back. This is where everyone gives it all back. Why? Because they can't bear to not be in a trade 24/7. This is very, very, very rangy price action. Like I say, if the markets don't know where they're going, then why are we trying to predict it? How do I protect my capital during consolidation? You simply sit on your hands and let the markets come to you. And you remember that you don't need to be in a trade every single day, multiple times a day, to be taking good, consistent payouts. You need quality over quantity. So this trade yesterday was a quality trade. But once you start closing back into the range, you go, you know what? We have major news coming out. Here's my support. Here's my resistance. We tried to break to the upside. We couldn't. Tried to break to the downside. We couldn't. Look at this hourly price action as well. Bearish, bullish, squeeze higher, bullish, bearish. So it's very, very, very difficult to read price action in these ranges. And if I'm going to trade a range, you know I want to trade the highs or the lows. I don't want to trade right here in the middle. So you can see here on silver, you came up, which is nice because gold didn't. You came up, tagged the highs, sold off, and you have some nice lows down here. So if I had to give a bias on silver, I would say you'll likely come down and squeeze these lows down here. If it gives me an entry, maybe a short above current hourly highs, I would consider it. Where did my line just go? But like I say, you're right in the middle of the range. But I would say if I had to give a bias here on silver, downside looks good. Nicer than gold. Why? Because you've already grabbed the highs of the range, whereas gold hasn't. So you may get some downside on silver. But again, if you trade silver, accept your trading range. If it doesn't work, you have to accept that. If you decide to trade a range and it doesn't work and it keeps ranging, you can't then get frustrated at the markets. Because only we decide to trade this or not. The markets don't make us trade this. We decide to trade it. We decide to get involved. So if we do decide to get involved and it doesn't work out, don't get emotional. A lot of people trade a range, get chopped up, and then start going on tilt. But you have to remember, you decided to trade that range. And if you don't like the look of the range, don't trade it. Just wait. Let the markets come to you. The markets go nowhere. How do you decide when to exit a trade on a trade like yesterday with multiple targets? So my targets yesterday on gold, my highest point was here. So for me, I was happy just to buy gold up into this resistance. As long as that high hasn't been grabbed, that's where I'm targeting. You know, if I had more levels to the left, you know, maybe let's say I had more targets up here. Well, I just kind of measure, you know what, from here to here, that's 400 ticks. That's more than enough for an intraday trade here on gold. Like from here to here, that's more than enough. From there to there, it's more than enough. I don't really care about trying to catch like this huge move for a day trade. If I get from here, you know, I take like a single hourly breakout on gold, which is typically 200, 300, 400 ticks, that's enough for me. Because after a decent move like that, gold's likely going to range, pull back before potentially going higher. So if I get 200, 300 ticks, yeah, I'm locking in my trade. Let's have a look. Would you class the hourly at 3 AM in MGC as a fake out? Would you have bought the next hour? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So at 3 AM here, would I have bought the next hour? I probably wouldn't have, to be honest. Even I did have a nice little bit of a squeeze up if you bought that fake out. How many ticks did it give? It gave about 175. The only reason I wouldn't buy this fake out is because if I look to the left, I just wouldn't want to get caught in here. anything here you can see it's like bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. So to me, as soon as you close back into this range here, I wouldn't want to trade. So you could have taken that fake out. It's not a bad fake out. The only reason I wouldn't want to take it is I just don't like the price action to the left. Yeah, I just wouldn't. I don't like the fact that because it is a good fake out. If you're looking at it as a fake out, it's a great example to look at because you have, look at this nice support. You broke it aggressively and then aggressively broke straight back above. So it's a good fake out sign. The reason I wouldn't want to buy it is that, yeah, I just wouldn't want to get caught, you know, buying right into this resistance. It's just kind of, it's too messy. It's a bit too messy. But if you did take it, you probably caught a bit of ticks or, you know, maybe even got a break even, which is worth a shot. But for me personally, yeah, I wouldn't want to get caught. We've got London Open here, guys. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on Goldie. I'll have a look at silver as well. Let's see, silver. Silver is looking nicer. Silver just closed doji on the hourly. If you could get up to hourly high, it would give a good risk reward, but you could squeeze from here. Bought the same on silver. Was that valid or more so luck? I wouldn't say it's luck. It's a fake out, but it's very messy. I personally wouldn't take that trade. It was a fake out. You know, you could definitely give it a shot, but you'd have to manage aggressively because you're just buying right back into resistance. Trying to take fake outs in a range can just chop you up all day long. You know, if you tried to take fake outs in here, look out, look how much it wouldn't have worked. Bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Imagine trying to take fake out trades in that range. You would literally get chopped up and lose every single trade. So trying to take fake out positions in a range is very risky, very, very risky. Although it did work here. You know, here it did work because that was a nice, sorry, not sure, long, where are we here? Although this fake out trade did work, where's it up into highs? Tagged highs, bearish, close straight back above. Like I say, look, if you did it every time here, here's a fake out, didn't work. You break back above, didn't work. Break back above, didn't work. Look how many times it didn't work in these ranges. So me personally, it's a range. I wouldn't even think it's a range. I'm not thinking too much. It's more about, you know, although it did work here, we want to be focused on what works over a long period of time. Does trading fake outs in ranges work over a long period of time? Well, you know, scroll back, have a look. How often do you get these hourly fake outs working in ranges? Huge chop. Huge chop. So for me personally, I wouldn't even be watching these markets in Asia, to be honest. Strange question, but have you ever done a video on your personal of your tattoos? I actually haven't, man. They look sick. I appreciate it. I haven't though. I haven't, but I appreciate it. Thoughts on Bitcoin longs? Yeah, we can have a look at Bitcoin. Absolutely, we can have a look. If I'm going to get short here on silver, guys, to make it a worthwhile risk to reward, I would only get short above previous hourly highs because it is a risky trade because you're so rangy. So I would be more picky and happy to wait if we can wick out hourly highs, start to break back lower. Then silver, you know, may feel this downside range, but you could get short into 71,600. But be careful in here right now. We got time. Gold. Again, guys, look at this hourly time frame. Bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Bearish, maybe? Again? It's a very, 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 very tough market to want to watch. But remember, guys, like I say, I'm happy to hang out here. We're just hanging out. Don't think too much. Don't get frustrated. Don't get chopped up. Remember, guys, quality over quantity. We do not need to be in multiple trades multiple times a day to be making good profits from these markets. You could take 2 to 3 good trades a week some weeks. Some weeks, you know, you might get multiple trades every single day. Other times, you might not. It's all about what the markets give us. But we don't ever expect anything from these markets. We only take what the markets give us. If the markets give us 3 trades a day, fantastic, we'll take it. If the markets range all day and give us nothing, cool. A no trade day is a win. Hey Aaron, well done for making a yearly salary in AUD in 3 months. Thank you, Damon. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If you guys didn't, I did post a video yesterday, if you didn't already see, breaking down how much I've made from the markets in the first 3 months of 2026. So I went over the profits I've made in January, February, and March, showing the payouts, personal accounts, stock plays, etc. So if you guys want to have a look, you can have a look at there. Nice, 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 Mikey. One day from getting another payout, slow and steady. Yes, slow and steady, man. Absolutely. Don't think too much today. I see a head and shoulders forming on gold, 15-minute, maybe short. I mean, look at the hourly time frame. You just closed bullish back above VWAP. So let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you mean. Yeah, I can see what you mean. If you're looking at this, so maybe that's a bit of a left shoulder head, right shoulder. But again, it's one of them. Yeah, I kind of one of them things I'm saying where it's like, you know, you don't really want to try and identify patterns when price is in a range. When price is in a range, price is in a range. You know, if you try and think of head and shoulders every time price ranges or fake outs, you know, you'll just get squeezed out every time. I think it's best to be like, you know what, it's in a range, just accept it. Wait for a decent breakout and then follow the markets. Because that's all we're trying to do here. Remember, guys, we're just trying to follow the markets. We can't control if the markets go up or down. We're simply trying to follow it. And if the markets are ranging, then we're following a range. Does that make any sense? Not really. That's all we're doing here. We have zero control over these markets. We can't help it if gold goes up or if gold goes down. All we can do is simply follow and ride the wave of these markets. Oh, did silver come up for the hourly highs there? Came very, 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 very close. Very, very close. Let me have a look here. No, it didn't quite. It came very close. Like I say, I do prefer the silver. Look at the silver shorts. Why? Because you tagged highs, you close bearish, and you have some nice lows. I do think silver is a market that I'm going to watch more than Goldie here this morning. Gold is going to have to be. Gold is going to have to require some patience. I would like to see a bit of a, you know, if we did something like this on silver, if we wicked some highs, broke down, yeah, I would like to short this. Silver's probably looking the nicest out of everything we have looked at so far this morning. Which, as we know, silver can be a good market to trade. I like that you convert to Australian dollars in the video. Yes, absolutely, man. That's where that's where all my money goes. What is it in US dollars? We're not that different these days. What is it? 140, yeah, like 96,000 US dollars, 140 AUD. Any trade for the euro? We can have a look. We can have a look. We got time. We can look at any markets here. If you let me know what you're looking at, or if you had some setups, yeah, we can have a look. Absolutely. Even though silver's in the middle of the range, yeah, if it breaks the downside, because you're in the middle of a range, but you've also grabbed the highs and broken to the downside. So you've grabbed liquidity of the range. The only time I won't trade in the middle of range is if you haven't grabbed the highs or lows. But you've grabbed the highs and you've broken very bearish. Whereas gold's in the middle of a range without tagging any highs or lows. So no liquidity has been grabbed on gold. So although this is in the middle of the range, you have liquidated the highs. That's exactly what we want to see to trade the range. How's being an Aussie landlord? It's alright. It doesn't really do anything, to be honest. It's pretty good. Doesn't take any time out of my day, which is nice. So let's have a look. Yeah, if silver can break low, we can see if there's potential shorts. Let's have a look at the euro. How did the euro close yesterday? What did we say for the euro yesterday? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, euro, I think we spoke about euro coming down to liquidate these lows here. Or did we already get there? I can't remember exactly where we said for the euro yesterday. Where was the euro we jumped on? Where were we yesterday? So, let me go a little bit higher time frame. So we jumped on the euro and we were around here. I guess we must have said euro to come up and liquidate these highs here. I can't exactly remember. You guys who were here yesterday, we spoke about the euro analysis. But it looks like we came down, tagged the lows, broke back above, and then came up for the highs. We actually even came all the way back higher. Which again, the euro loves to do exactly the same plan as gold. Loves to come up and tag previous highs or lows before having that move. So what do you do here in the euro again? You sell off, you pull back, what do? You came up, tag the previous highs, and then had the real move lower. So you've tagged the highs, you've also tagged the lows. Again, you're kind of in the middle. Yesterday closure on euro hit weekly lows, hit previous daily highs, and failed to close above or below. Again, it's going to be a market that you'd have to react to. But that being said, this is a nice morning star here. Look at this, nice morning star. Decent push up here pre-London. Let's have a quick look at gold. So if you can find some support, maybe you can get higher. A little bit of a inverse head and shoulders trying to form here. Maybe you can squeeze euro back up into 15900-ish. Back up into these highs here. If you do trade the euro, you may see price squeeze up into these areas. I do think silver's nice though. Let's have a look. Is silver coming up for the highs? Yeah, there you go. Cool. So silver is at the highs. So we're now above previous hourly highs. So if what I want to see from here on silver, now that we're above these previous hourly highs, which is nice, I want to see if we can actually break bearish with volume, and then I'll see if I can follow it and play in this downside range. If we do tag highs and break out, you know, that's a very decent range in oil. That's a silver. That's a very, very decent range. If we continue to break back high, that's fine. I won't short, but I also won't buy silver personally. I want to see if silver can follow this move off here. Had this huge sell-off, kind of ranging, trying to get back above. Let's see if we can continue this short. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning. Good morning. How do you use VWAP? I just use it as support and resistance. Nothing complicated. Just support and resistance. It loves to get respected a lot on gold. It can also save me from not jumping in to overextended markets. For example, if you didn't get this buy on gold yesterday, you know, I wouldn't want to be a buyer up here. Where's my VWAP? Back down here. So maybe I can short into VWAP, or I can wait for price to pull back and then maybe buy. So it's kind of just like support and resistance, you know, same as here. You know, we see gold have this huge sell-off, and you're this far away from VWAP. It's like, I don't really want to be a seller down here. Maybe I have reasons and confluences to buy this move up in silver. Sorry, gold. Like here, I bought this on last Thursday, buying back up into that VWAP for price to come up for the retest. So it's kind of just like support and resistance. If you had the last 3 months performance for each quarter of this year, you'd be on 500,000 AUD. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I will be very, very confident I will make more than that on stocks this year. Stocks there's a crazy amount of opportunities on stocks, to be honest. I've been buying a lot of stocks. Stocks have got a lot of room. A lot of room. This is nice here on silver. I want to see it again. If I want to short this on silver, which I would like to short, I want to see some volume. I want to see some nice candles, some nice volume, some good breakouts. Some good breakouts. I want to see us squeeze higher. We want to see downside. Let's have a look. Remember, you guys on YouTube, drop a like for the Topstep stream as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be on fast markets later on today as well, guys. So if we don't get a trade here in London, we'll see what we get for the New York session. I'll be live with you guys on fast markets, especially because you don't flaunt a Rolex or Ferrari in every video. That's true, man. Yet, anyway. Just you wait. But if we short silver, are we shorting at the top of the range? Wait, sorry. But if we short silver here, are we shorting? Oh, sorry, at the bottom of the range. Yeah, I mean, you're shorting near to lows without grabbing highs. Is that the same thing as gold yesterday? When I bought gold yesterday, was I buying gold at the highs of the range? Yes, but you hadn't grabbed the highs. So you're buying into the breakout. Same thing, so I'd be shorting into the breakout. That's what these markets love to do. Same as, you know, silver. You could have bought here. Bought up into this liquidity level. You could say, isn't this buying too high? Well, no, because you're buying into the liquidity levels, which is what gold and silver loves to do. That's what these markets absolutely love to do. It loves to come up and tag the highs. So you're buying into price needing to come up for that liquidity grab. Same as the trade I took on fast markets. Even again here, the trade we took last week together. We took this trade together. Could you say, isn't this buying too high? No, why? Because you haven't grabbed the highest point. We're buying into the fact that price loves to come up and grab the liquidity. That's what these markets love to do. Loves to come up and grab previous highs or lows. So you're trying to short into where most people are trying to buy, trying to take advantage of that volume. Not even a hand there with the bags. With the shorts took yesterday, yes, nice bet. I saw that this morning. Cut the trade at 280 ticks. I realized soon after I could have held the trade and come out with 450, which is the original level. It's just something you have to journal. If more trades you leave too much on the table, then you have to hold your trades longer. It's not something you can just decide off just one trade, to be honest, man. If you look at 50 trades and over 50 trades, majority of the trades you leave more than half on the table, then you're closing your trades too early. It's something you'll figure out with time. But for time being, 280 ticks in a ranging market yesterday is very, very good. Same as here. Like again, the trader took on fast markets. I could look at this and go, damn, I left hundreds of ticks in the cards. I don't really care. I got my piece and played it up into my levels. But it's not just like you can make a decision on one trade. It's what do you do over 50, 100 plus trades? If over 50 plus trades or 100 plus trades, you leave a lot of money on the table, then yes, you want to hold your trades for longer. So that will come with time. But like I say, time being, 280 ticks is amazing, man. Amazing. How do we find your video on YouTube for the last 3 months? I did post it. Let me see if I can post it again. Let me grab the link. I posted it on my YouTube channel yesterday. Yeah, if you close your trades too early, one of the best things for me to hold my trades for longer, but you don't just want to hold the trade longer for the sake of holding the trade longer. But for me, what helps me hold trades longer is honestly just setting alerts and walking away. Set my alerts and let the markets play out. If you sit there and watch every single 5-minute candle closure, you're going to talk yourself out of the trade. But there's a difference between, holding a trade long because you just want to hold the trade, and actually just holding because your targets have been met. Thoughts on Nike stock? I can have a look. Let's have a look. I don't own any. I did buy some Nike last year, and I made some pretty good money. I was actually publicly buying Nike on my channel last year. I made some pretty good money on Nike stock. Let's have a look. Where are we? Have a quick look. When was the last time I was buying Nike? So I bought Nike back in this time last year. I was buying Nike around what, 54s, and I closed that around 72. But what do I think of Nike stock? Pretty awful, to be honest. Looking at this market, I wouldn't like this. This is definitely not a stock I would buy personally. It wasn't really a market that I was interested in even when I bought it last time. But it was at a nice level, and I was happy to take the bounces like here. This is where I bought Nike stock, and again, I was publicly buying this as well, and everyone was calling me stupid, but I played it from here to here. It's not as a company I would buy long term. I mean, 50, it's pretty cheap, but it's cheap for a reason. This is just falling, just non-stop falling since 21. I don't own any Nike. I personally wouldn't buy any either. I don't like the look of this. Look at this. This is a huge sell-off. Huge sell-off. It's not a market I would buy personally. But again, as always, don't let me. If you like it for whatever reason, don't let me talk you out of it. But for me personally, I'm not buying any Nike. I don't like that. I don't like that market. Where's Chow? Is Chow here? Chow's the stock man. Where's Chow? If Chow's not buying it, don't buy it. Where are you, Chow? You here? Yeah, Chow's here. What do you think of Nike stock, Chow? I don't think it looks very good. It's been selling off like crazy. Crazy. Yeah, it looks, I agree, Chow. It looks crazy. Do you use the same shout on stocks? No. Stocks, no. I don't use any liquidity concepts on stocks, no, not at all. Not at all. They're just pure higher time frame levels, good areas, and good earnings. Like Meta right now. To me, Meta's a great buy. Meta's a great buy. Buy Tesla. Yeah, I haven't bought any Tesla. What's Tesla at? What's Tesla at right now? Tesla's at 352. I don't own any Tesla, but again, it's a pretty decent area. Even if it was to have a bit of a bounce, you're talking 10, 20%. Personally, I'm a big fan of Meta. Big fan of Amazon. I did buy Meta. I did also buy Amazon. I got long on Amazon from about 200. I'm long Meta from around. Where am I long on Meta? Around 590s ish. I will buy more if it goes lower. Had any big stock losses? No, not at all, man. No, not at all. Last year I made about 40% trading stocks. No, I don't have any big losses. I have some losses in stocks for sure, but I have any big catastrophic losses in stocks? No. I'm not buying. You know, when you're buying good companies at good levels, it's kind of hard to go wrong. Final last words though. But no, I haven't. I don't buy any like random cheap stocks, like gamble stocks personally. And trading like, you know, multiple six figures in stocks, I'm not really looking to gamble. So I just buy good companies at good levels. Let's see here. Silver trying to get back lower, guys. You can see this is just so choppy. I really want to short this on silver, but it's very choppy. I don't even think the fills would be quite tough in here. You can see again gold also chopping. I do prefer silver shorts, but nothing that exciting here. Hey Aaron, I have a question for you. What's your best hold time for day trading or for stocks or for swing trading? For day trading, a good hold was the trade that we took together last week, which was, where was the trade we took together last week? Here. This was a decent hold for me. We took this trade together live on stream, and I closed it after stream for price to come up and liquidate these highs here. So I bought this at 840. I think I bought it here around 835, and I closed it around 12. So that was a pretty decent hold for me for an intraday trade. My trades here on Topstep on average are like 30 minutes to an hour. This trade was much longer. Again, swing trading, I don't know, couple of weeks. Stocks, couple of months. But for day trading, you know, 1 to 2 to 3 hours is probably like my max. Did I move the stop on this trade? I went to break even on this trade. I didn't touch it after that. I went to break even. I set my alerts at these highs, just below these highs here, and I just went about the day. This is the trade we took live here together as well. We took this live together for price to come up and liquidate these highs here, and for price to come all the way back up here. I didn't hold it that high, but it was a very nice risk reward. Probably one of the best risk reward trades I've taken so far this year. It was a very nice trade. Took it, went about the day. That was the trade from last week on fast markets as well. So if we don't get anything exciting here today in London, guys, remember, we will see what fast markets bring. Even though I would like to sell silver, these markets are looking pretty choppy. Oh, silver trying to get back down lower. Trying to. NQ, what about it, David? Because some analysis or something? Just NQ. What do you mean? What about it? Silver trying to get back low. Let me go on the micros here just in case, just to be safe. Let's have a look. NQ, I mean, we've already been over NQ. There's not really too much to say. You're chopping around. You got some nice highs, but again, you're just chopping around. You support here, resistance here. Silver longs were great yesterday. Today on NQ. Today on NQ, not very much. But you guys on Zoom, share some charts or something, guys. Share some analysis. Share something. Share something for us to have a look at. Just saying NQ. Silver's trying to get back below here. If we can get a breakout, I wouldn't mind see if we can short this. It's kind of just very choppy. The only thing I like here on silver is this hourly time frame. Look at this. You just hit previous hourly highs and you're starting to get back below. if I was on a combine, I would give this a little short. I'm not too convinced on the trade. We've got 30-minute close coming up in 5 minutes here as well, guys. Let's see if this 30-minute can tag highs and actually break out. Let's see. Let's see. Gold also trying to get back lower here. Gold actually getting some nice volume. Let's see if we can short some silver, guys. We'll manage risk quickly here on silver. See if we can get this. See how this 5 minute opens. We got 30-minute close coming in 5 minutes. See if silver's going to shape up. You got gold squeezing low, but again, I'm not a huge fan of shorting gold because you're shorting right at support without grabbing any of the highs or lows. So if I do short, I'm going to take the sell on silver. What would we be looking at? We're looking at kind of, what's this? I'd be trying to target, back down here. So like a nice 1 to 3 ish. If you can get that breakout. Let's see. Let's see. What time is it? 8:25. 8:25 London time, guys. We'll be on for the New York Open today as well. Pretty much on every Tuesday now as well, guys. So if you guys do want to tune in, we're live on a fast markets pretty much every single Tuesday. What's this? We got some news coming out about gold here. Gold tracks more sideways, awaiting further US-Iran developments. No major moves in gold just yet after the climb down from Thursday. All eyes are now on the headlines and what comes next in the US-Iran conflict. A lot of questions still remain. Is there going to be a ceasefire of sorts or further extensions to try and keep the peace? If not, will Trump really follow through on his threats and blast Iran? If so, how will Iran respond? And will they be able to fight back? More importantly, what happens and for how long? So still, look at this news comment. There's still so many questions in these markets. Everyone's still extremely uncertain as to what's going to happen. So it's, yeah, no surprises to these markets going a bit sideways here, guys. I'm not going to... I'm going to sit this short out, guys. I'll draw it up and see as if we were going to take it, but personally, I'm not going to take this short, guys. I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to stay patient. I don't want to jump in a trade and kick myself if we range. But if you do want the short there on silver, you're looking for price to come down and hit some nice lows down here. For me personally, guys, I'm happy just to sit this one out. If it does have a huge sell-off, fantastic. Great, cool. Didn't make money. That's fine. We got loads of time here. We got loads of time. My VWAP settings is just the standard VWAP indicator here. You can see here. I haven't changed it. You can see the nice rejection there of it again on silver. Look at that nice rejection. If you do want to trade these markets, guys, remember that higher time frame. We are ranging. We do have a lot of news coming out, so reduce the risk. Even trade a combine. Don't go too crazy. Jumping in loads of positions before this big news. Gold also starting to break back lower as well. Let's have a look. What do we got here? Silver, we got 30-minute close coming in 2 minutes here, guys. 30-minute on silver, tagging highs and closing bearish. So looks like you could get some nice downside on silver for the rest of London. If you guys are in the short, it looks like you could get some further downside here. We're looking for silver to come down to at least 72. If you come down to 72 and reject, that will very likely bring in more buyers that will risk off these. Sorry, not wrong tool. If you do reject off this 72, that will bring in more buyers who will risk off these lows. Therefore, there's a higher chance you will see this squeeze much lower. There you go. Look at that nice squeeze down in silver. If I wasn't in this silver trade, guys, I personally would be managing risk here. I'm not in the trade. I'm just managing it as if we were in it. If I was in this, I would be break even here. No, I keep my charts the same, Callum. Keep my charts the same. I don't change them. I keep them the same. My charts are always like this, yeah. You can change if you want to. But yeah, personally, I keep it the same. I keep it the same. Let's see how this 30 candle is going to close here. If you guys are anyone in this short, if you guys are in this short on silver, it is looking nice. You did exactly what we said we would, where you hit the previous hourly highs and you start to break back lower. So if you are on the short, good job. I'm in. Nice. If I had a combine, I would jump in it too. We want to take up my XFA here. Yeah, I want to combine. Yeah, nice. Good job. Good job. It's absolutely worth a shot. Absolutely worth a shot. Silver is brutal for XFA. Yes. Silver, yeah, that's the thing. Silver moves very... If this was a gold setup, I'd have more confidence to take it. But yeah, it's silver. I don't trade it very often. And yeah, silver can move very aggressively on XFAs. Yeah, if you got a really good setup, it's worth a shot. But yeah, silver can be pretty aggressive to trade on combines. Sorry, even XFAs. So, you know, like I say, if you've had a great run on gold, you know, don't give back your gold profits by trying to jump in a silver trade. You know, maybe keep silver for a separate account if you really want to. So you just had silver here. You just tagged highs. You closed nice and bearish. Instant top wick. So you're very likely to see silver continue pushing lower. Aaron, is there a setting to see my positions on the one I take? I can't manage to trade on the charts, move my P&L, but can't exit on the charts? How do you mean, sir? How do you mean I can't manage to trade on the chart? P&L moves, but I can't exit. I mean, if you were in a trade here, it would show my entry price and my... If you're on Topstep X here, it would show the entry, it would show the stop, and there would be a little X next to it as well. You would be able to drag and drop the stops and close the trade. Assuming you're obviously using Topstep X here. The reason I love Topstep X is because the platform's just so nice to use. Super clean, super simple. But if you were short here on Topstep X right now, you would have a line going across like this. A green line going across like this, and it would have an X button here so you can actually close the trade if you wanted to. YouTube guys, I'll keep it short and sweet here today guys, because we're jumping on fast markets today, so I don't want to burn myself out for fast markets. Nice downside move here on silver. If you guys are short silver, I like silver to come down and squeeze into like 71.80s. If you guys are in this short, it's looking to be a nice move. Me personally guys, I'm more than happy to sit it out. Like I say, if I had a combine, I would take it, but I don't want to start trading silver on my XFA because gold's not giving me too much, and we have the whole entire day to trade as well. So we'll keep it short and sweet here today guys. Like I say, if you guys are around for fast markets, I will be live for the New York Open. So come along, say hello, and we'll see if we can get some trades on gold, see if the markets wake up into the New York session. But for now, trade safe in London guys. If you're in the silver short, see if you can squeeze it lower. The more you reject from here, the more people try buy, the more likely you are to see this squeeze lower. And I'll see you guys in fast markets for New York. Trade safe today guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.